Alright, so this is a kind of a different video. I don't think I've put up one of these ever, or no, I did a long time ago. But this is a channel update kind of news thing, because I've noticed that there's been quite a few more subscribers, and I want to kind of go over what the future plans of this channel is, and what I plan to do with it, what I plan to take it, what kind of things I plan to do. So, I know probably a lot of you recently have subscribed for the Fallout 4 mods playthroughs I've been doing, and yeah, I am going to be continuing them, but we have to talk about them, and there's a couple reasons we have to talk about them, and I'm not going to stop doing them. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing them, but I need to kind of stop doing them for a little bit ish. If you don't know, I'm gonna stop doing them until after Nuka World. That's why there hasn't been any for a couple days. But yeah, after Nuka World, after that playthrough is done, I'm still gonna be doing them, but they're gonna be less often, a lot less often actually. But I'm still gonna be doing them. This is just to give mod makers. Hold on one second. Whoops, sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah, Fallout mods. Kind of gonna be spacing them out more just to give these mod makers more time to kind of correct and fix and develop their mods, because as you saw with Journey to Ipswich, I was having quite the problem with it for a while because the quest line was broken. And, there's not really much to do with these mods besides the quest line. Because I'm doing the questline mods, and as you saw with another problem was with the old ones, or whatever it was called, the ones that the last Fallout mod I did. The problem was that the game would lag excruciatingly large amounts, and it was really hard to play through that mod because it was really, really laggy and such. So, yeah. But, I also intend to hopefully fix that problem with some of them being laggy and slow loading. Like, that's another problem, is the load times are extremely long on Fallout 4 because the Xbox One's internal hard drive is very slow. Because I have the base model, I don't have the Xbox One S, which is faster. But, I do intend to fix that eventually. We're going to talk about that. I have a kind of points list that I'm going to talk about. So, next thing I want to talk about is Verdun. I'm not going to stop doing Verdun, but, yeah, it's kind of a mainstay that I need to do, and because I've been doing Verdun since 2014. I believe I have the most Verdun videos on YouTube. I think 100 and some. Like, if you take all of the battles and the weapons reviews, I think it's like 115 or 117, somewhere around there. So yeah, we're gonna keep doing that, and I also want to talk about the Verdun console version. So there was a recent post on the forums by one of the developers for Verdun that the console version is going to be delayed for some time. I don't know how long, but they said it wouldn't. I don't think it's going to be like a year. Like some games get delayed a year. I think it's going to be somewhere still within next month, not at the end of the month. I think it's going to be within next month instead of the 30th. So that's kind of good for me ish. I know it's not good for you guys who are on console who don't have a PC good enough to play Verdun. But what that lets me do, since Nuka World actually was going to come out the same day as that, it lets me play Nuka World a bit longer and get those videos out less. I can play Nuka World longer and kind of get into it more. and such, rather than having to stop and then maybe record we're done and blah blah blah. And also, um, the Battlefield 1 beta starts next month, at the beginning of next month. It starts earlier if you have the EA access, which I don't. I just didn't really feel like signing up for that. Gonna be doing some videos on that, doing kind of like an impressions video maybe, that type of stuff. And then now onto the hard drive and how I was talking about that a little bit ago. I plan on getting an SSD, and you take an SSD drive and putting it in that Collective Minds Media Hub. I'm gonna be doing that soon, which I said I originally gonna wait, but I feel like I'm gonna do it soon now because For Honor, like the reason I was putting it off is because Battlefield 1 and For Honor, I thought they were coming out relatively close to each other, so I didn't want to go spend 120 and then like another almost 200 on that hard drive enclosure and the hard drive. But it turns out For Honor is not coming out till early next year, which will give me time to get some money stuff together. Yeah, and I'm going to be doing videos on both of those. And there's also some other games I'm going to be doing that are already out, and then I just have to kind of talk about them. If you have any games that you think that I would like that you want to see on the channel, like, it has to be games that you think I would like. Like, I know somebody wanted me to do Brawlhalla, and I don't really like games like that. That's like, it's kind of like Super Smash Brothers. I don't really like Super Smash Brothers. Alright, so, you're kind of wondering, like, what game is this in the background? You haven't talked about it at all. This is a game called Risen 3. I never played Risen 1 and 2. I kind of bought this game back in 2014, and my computer couldn't play it. This game came out in 2014, but I didn't, buy it on its release or anything. I think I bought it, like, December 2014 for full price, like I was an idiot. It's okay. It's a pretty good RPG. It's got a lot of elements. It's very slow. It's a very slow game because I've been playing for over 3 hours, and the only thing I've able to change is I bought this mace. I had a sword and I bought this mace. The combat's pretty slow too. It's got a lot of factions, got a lot of RPG elements. The story so far is kind of just Elder Scrolls Online, where
finally I get to use my weapon.
So here's how the combat works. You have oh, I put the weapon away, which is a problem with this game. You press A for a quick attack, and then you hold A for like this slow-mo kind of attack, and you go into slow-mo, but the world doesn't. It's kind of weird. Sometimes it's really annoying, but yeah, the game has a lot of RPG stuff. Like, you have all these different things. You can get magic, lots of magic. Like, I have one thing that lets me turn into a parrot to get to higher ledges, and it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice game. And yeah, you have a lot of different stuff. It's a pretty neat game. Graphics are pretty nice, as you can tell. Not terrible. Kind of looks like Elder Scrolls Online. The story is pretty much the same as Elder Scrolls Online so far, like I think I said. So it begins like you're a pirate. You were a pirate, and you went into this thing to go find treasure, and eventually you came up with this skull demon thing, and he took out your soul. And now you have to go find a powerful mage, or a person who knows magic, some type of magic. There's multiple types, to go find your go help you get your soul back. And if you start being evil, you'll eventually turn into a demon, which I find kind of cool. You can be the evil guy. Really good RPG elements. Combat's not too great, but yeah. So, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so here are the faction islands. I am on Calidor. Calidor is where the demon hunters are. The demon hunters are dark warriors, and they are also led by a druid. And I thought that was kind of neat. So yep, there's them. I haven't really done too much with them because the game's very slow. It's a very slow game. Then we have the island of Killa. Killa is a small island where kind of the natives are. They're like voodoo people, voodoo pirates. They're voodoo people. You know, tribals. Then we have Tyrannus, which is mages in there in a mine. You know, they're looking for crystals. Crystals are pretty important to the storyline so far, I find, because such. Then we have this place which is where the Inquisition was, and they were kind of like the Empire, like the strong faction that's not, but they're not there anymore really. They're kind of like a small faction now. And then we have, you can go back, or you could go back with the pirates, if you wanted to. And this is where you start, Crab Coast. There's nothing really there, but yeah. If you're wondering, like, that looks like, oh, you're playing with a controller, and there's a lot of, controller controls. It's how well does it work with a mouse? Well, you kind of go down here, and it will start with off. So, this is how the game's UI normally looks. It's kind of weird. I don't really like it in mouse and keyboard. I think because it's because it's not really. Like, you can tell the game was a little like obviously made with a controller in mind, because because of the way the combat and stuff works. Even though the UI, as you see, watch when I go back to controller mode. I can go back to controller mode, go here, E. Do you really want to activate gamepad? Yes, and you can see it goes to full. It basically has full controller support. It says partial, but after you change that, it goes to full, which is very nice, because I haven't had to type anything in yet. So this would be a pretty nice game to play with the Steam controller, I find. So yeah, this is where the Demon Hunters are. They're pretty. They're not like real hardcore. Like, you know, when you think Demon Hunters, you think like edge lords. You know what I mean? You know, like Demon Hunters from you know, like Illidan. They're like real tough, strong. Like my dark past. No, they're actually pretty friendly.
Careful with your.
Oh no! Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. Crap. I forgot. You have to manually put your weapon away, and the weapon and the button for both attack and speak is the same thing. So, you weapon out, you're in combat mode. You press B, put your weapon away, you're in speech mode. Yeah, so there's a lot of dialogue, like, so yeah.
Do you think the Citadel offers enough protection?
It's safer than the farm buildings, that's for sure. Only when you're prepared to lose everything are you truly fearless. If you are ruthless in battle, victory will be yours.
That sounds like old farmer's wisdom.
Even if it was, they should listen to it. Fear is the first step on the road to defeat. Okay, enough of that. You must be up to something.
Yeah, they're actually real nice. He's just sitting out there practicing, but there's this guy's like real nice.
What's your job here?
I look after the new recruits. I was here first, and I will be the last one standing. If that day ever comes.
What can you teach me?
What do you want to know?
See, he's like these guys are actually like real laid back for demon hunters. Which, and that's their leader, the druid I was talking. Yeah, they're led by a druid. He told me yeah, they're just real simple. I like them. I expected, you know, like real edgelords, dark, like you know, like my vest style determines my like my, I don't know, it's just stupid, like Illidan. Like Illidan from World of Warcraft. That's what I was expecting. But no, we got like, hey, you guys wanna go hunt some demons? Yeah! Get that. There's also guns in the game. They're kind of like just a quick kind of thing. Not really a primary, more of a secondary, but I only have a pistol. I think there's rifles in the game. So yeah, it's a pretty neat game. I like it so far. It's very slow. If you want a really good if you want an RPG that has okay combat and really good controller support, lots of dialogue, lots of factions, I highly recommend Risen 3. I mean, it looks beautiful. I mean, it's 2014, so 2 years ago. Looks great. For, I think 2014 it came out. Graphics, everything's on ultra and high. 16 times anti-scope. 16 times anti-telescopic filtering, depth of field, anti-aliasing. There's not any different types. Water reflections on. What was that? I think that was on high. No, it was on ultra. So yeah, I couldn't play this when it came out because my graphics card couldn't handle it. My graphics card at the time when this came out was a GT 640, which could play Skyrim. It could play Skyrim and World of Warcraft. That's basically all what I used it for. That's all I used to use my computer for. And then and I played Verdun on it, but it often didn't play Verdun. If you go watch those the older Verdun videos for a while, in the playlist I'll have them like I think I have one that says like new graphics card, and the graphics card I changed to from the GT 640 is what I have now is a Gigabyte GTX 960, 4 gigs, overclocked. I bought that this year, early this year, which is it was $200 with a $20 rebate, and I thought, yeah, seems good. Plays everything I want. I have the processor in my computer is an AMD FX 6300 Black Edition, I think. I don't know. I have 16 gigabytes of RAM. So yeah, I'm playing this right now at while recording, getting a solid 45 FPS because that's what I record at, 45 FPS. So yeah. That's what I want to talk about. I'm gonna go render out this video now, and then I'll continue playing this all day, probably. See how far I get. Am I gonna do a let's play on this? No. It's too long, it's very slow. Though it does look nice, it seems it's a very nice game, but no. That texture work. Something down there doesn't like me. Alright, well, bye.